next time on the Shade Chronicles.
With a gleam of sweat on his forehead, Matt steps back. He leans against the stone wall of the cellar, and he takes a deep breath. He takes a second deep breath and looks down at the person on the floor bleeding, gurgling for air and dying. The smell of acrid sulfur is in the air, and Matt, who has closed his eyes, opens them again, turns his head sideways, and grows a smile as he admires his recent work. Matt's next-door neighbor, who is located behind his home, Casey, is stirred from a morning nap on her couch by the distant sound of the gunshots. Matt is walking backward up his basement steps to the yard and pulling something in a tarp. Then he stops to get a better grip and an arm falls out of the wrapped tarp. Casey sees all this, drops her binoculars, and begins to limp around across the yard towards Matt, yelling at the top of her lungs in anger and fear, with the mission to rip out his eyes because he has shot someone and it might be her friend, his grandmother.
Alia Kesarisa was in her office at the United Nations headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. She was going over secret reports supplied to her by the dark network of spies and operatives, which was built over the last 2 millennia to bring about the end of the world in an all-out fight against good and evil. And she was completely and utterly bored out of her mind. Even though she was groomed for this position from birth, there was something about it that did not appeal to her. It wasn't the fact that she was on the side of evil, or that she was about to be the leader of an effort to descend the world into darkness and chaos. She was okay with that for the most part, she thought. It was all the logistics and technical planning, the endless political maneuvering, and the power brokering that she had no patience for. Dealing with the mundane details of taking over the world was just not her thing. We'll see you next time on the Shade Chronicles.